Good afternoon. My name is Jim, and I'm going to talk to you about a thing that occurred in class just a couple of weeks ago. Our instructor posed a moral dilemma for us, or at least I experienced it as such. We were told that our next presentation could be based on a topic from one of the chapters of a book that she had brought in and ripped out the individual chapters so we could each take one and use it as the basis for our presentation. The book was at the back of the room. I was at the front of the room. I got up and my immediate thought was, I need to push my way through, get to the head of the line so I can have the best choice of which one of these chapters I wish to prepare my presentation on. I thought about it and decided, for any number of reasons, that I was not going to do that. Waited my turn, got to the back of the room. All the chapters that had been removed from the book were gone, but there was still one remaining in the book. It was a chapter on Immanuel Kant. Oh my goodness. Well, I took it, but I read Kant in college. I found it difficult, slogging at times. My immediate reaction was, I can't do this. But in any case, here goes. Now, Kant is very important to Western thought. He was publishing, writing, and working at the same time as the American Revolution, contemporary with Thomas Paine in England and other scientists, writers, thinkers, and philosophers in Western Europe and elsewhere. He comments on many things, but the thing that's here is his set of criteria for how to make moral decisions. And he posits three, with maybe a fourth you can talk about afterwards. The first is the morality involved. You have to be pursuing duty in your choices that you make, not simply your desires or wants. When you make the decision has to be made based on your autonomous action, not as a member of a group. That is, not because your family raised you to do things a certain way, not because you're a member of a church that tells you to do certain things, not because you're a believer in a God that sets rules for how you should behave. Instead, it has to be your decision and your decision only. Now, Kant was a believer in God, but not a God who dictates our actions. Our actions have to be autonomous to be authentic. Thirdly, our reason has to be some form of moral imperative that is good in and of itself, not utilitarian or conditional. He would characterize, for example, the golden rule as a utilitarian solution, where we're attempting to determine how other people treat us by how we treat them. Therefore, it's not good in and of itself. It's simply a set of conditions for how we want to be treated. The good has to be pursued for itself. Now, the stance that he comes from places him at the point of believing that this is all knowable, that our reason can get us there. This produces a whole bunch of difficulties in the philosophical implications, but it's where he stood on the issue. And in my case, I did not knock over the people in front of me, elbow my way to the line. I did it because it seemed like the right thing to do. I made the decision on my own, and I did it for the good of the class. Thank you.